Well, effectively it's a prison, but it's a mental health hospital with Department of Justice as security on it. In other words, they're locked up prisoners. That entrance down there used to be the sweeping drive up to a big entrance at the other side of this building, which I had no idea until I saw the original photograph. So this was back tradesman's entrance.
There is stand, isolated, majestic, imperious, brooded over by a gigantic water tower and chimney combined, rising unmistakable and daunting out of the countryside. The asylum which our forefathers built with such immense validity.
This is the last nice bit.
On the 10th of May, 1837, the Leicestershire County Lunatic Asylum opened its doors to patients.
7,000 patients admitted before the doors closed in 1908.
In 1849, the asylum was to be known as a house of cure and not a house of detention. And it does appear that around 50% of the people admitted were cured enough to eventually return to their former lifestyles.
2 boys being admitted aged just 4.
Young Frederick from Knighton was multiply handicapped. The patient is completely unable either to walk, speak, or feed himself. He is obliged to be fed with a spoon of the attendant and passes both feces and urine without consciousness.
Religious beliefs played a major part in the lives of almost all the patients being admitted. Around 200 patients were just too wrapped up in their own religion, which was malady.
William, a bricklayer from Castle Donington, complained of pains in the head due to his being too much engaged in the work of God. And David, the labourer from Earl Shilton, had a commission from God
To destroy all unbelievers.
A hosiery seamer from Wigston suffering from chronic mania was found cooking meat, sugar and tea together in a frying pan.
This case is a very deplorable one. He seems to be sent into the asylum simply because he is dirty and troublesome. When can I go home?
8 patients died on the day of admission or the very next day. 259 died within a month of admission. Virtually 700 died in the year of admission, with a further 700 dying within the first 5 years of the patient.
Seems to me a sterile promontory.
Forgive all petulance on the part of the patient and treat with equal tenderness those who give the least trouble.
Sunlight myth.
Mary Teresa from Glenfield would go out gardening with a carving knife at 4 a.m.
Anna Andrews, a lady in her early 30s, was obsessed with her minuscule figure. Weighing in at just 6 stone 5, she was majorly underweight, but still insisted on continuously running back and forth in the room.
It goes so heavily.
This corridor here used to carry on and it just used to carry. Can you see through there the buildings continue? Yes. It used to all carry on and go all the way to Victoria Release. So from here all the way to the car park, there's one more corridor and obviously the second one is in Europe. Some Russian mental health institute had done this. But literally it must be over a mile and a half.
What has been commonly called an ill-assorted marriage, for her former husband she entertained the fondest affection, for the latter unmitigated disgust, hence aroused these fruitful sources of domestic disquietude, unhappy comparisons and mutual recriminations, until the domestic hearth became discreted, and her home a hell on earth. How few of these instances have ever been recorded, yet how fearful they add to the long list of the misfortunes and insanity.
A housewife from Bottisford had a passion for potatoes and had to be watched at mealtimes, as she would bolt off with them from the plates of others.
It was quite late and my shift had just ended. I was walking back to the top of the building to put my trolley back in the cleaning closet when I began to feel something behind me. I looked around, but nothing was there, so I carried on. I couldn't seem to shake the feeling, so as I turned the corner to dock my trolley, I froze as somebody whispered in my ear, "Pass the sugar."
But again, why is it called Daisy Pig? Because actually in the days of old, when you were pregnant and your family wanted to get rid of you, they shoved you off to an asylum.
Really?
And she came in as a 14-year-old, and by the time she was about 21, she was institutionalised, so the story goes, and never left. There's absolutely nothing wrong with absolutely nothing wrong with her at all, but
It goes so heavily.
Many people have said they've seen a white shadow walking up, especially at this junction here. Personally, in the 22 years that I've been here, I've been based a lot here. But going back to this room here, I've seen a figure of a person, like if you like, just this black shadow. It's been in the same place every time, which is in the top left-hand corner there. But just before Christmas, about March time, come out this office door here, look down to my right, I seen a lady walking up all in black. She had a black hat on. I said good morning to her. Nothing. Took about 2 steps out and I felt something on my shoulder. I looked to say hello again. Nothing.
Twice then as well. Since the pattern keeps changing, it's the same alarm. It's the same thing when you press it, and it's the same noise when you press it. It keeps going on. Different.
Conservatory. Yeah, this is the original. Well, this is a conservatory built for patients. I mean, so the ground used to be a bit opened up, but that's all enclosed now. Because this is our life.
William was convinced that he could emotionally, physically, and mentally connect with Hamlet. He believed that they were one.
What a piece of work. He's a man.
There was a patient that was fixated on sitting on every unoccupied chair that she came across. This made it very difficult to take her on supervised visits out of the towers. On one occasion, the patients were taken into a staging area to watch a play. The room was laid out with numerous chairs for the patients to sit. However, once she saw this arrangement of chairs, she felt the need to methodically sit on each chair. Many patients were distressed because they felt their space had been violated.